What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This time we have a match against Ignirex, and it was a pretty good match, which is why I've decided to upload it. So before we get to it, the question of the video today is going to be, what other games do you guys play besides Pokemon if you actually play Pokemon? So what other games are you into? I know you're probably playing quite a few, but if you could, just pick one or two of them, your favorites, and list them below. Currently for me, I'm really enjoying FIFA 14 on my PS4. You know, with the World Cup going on and stuff, it's just getting the hype, getting me psyched for the games. And also, I'm playing Wind Waker on the Wii U, so that's also a pretty fun game. Just requires a lot of time, which I don't have a lot of. There's just not enough hours in the day. So anyway, let's get back to this game. I've got Manoivan, Vivillon, Crocodile, Excadrill, Roserade, and Conkeldurr. He's rocking a Swellow, Nidoking, Tyranitar, Alakazam, Machamp, and Scyther. So I wasn't too sure who he would lead off with. Again, I'm always not sure these days. So a safe lead is going to be my Noivern. Trusty Noivern. And he actually decided to send out his Scyther, the Slasher. So that's alright. I found that he's holding a Choice Band, and I'm just going to go for an Air Slash because that'll probably take it out. And he's obviously predicting that, and he knows he's not going to be able to outspeed me. So he decides to bring out, and he brings out his TY Kasato. I have no idea what that stands for. I know TY could be like thank you, but this must be some other language. Anyways, the Air Slash does jack shit. I'm guessing it must be an Assault Vest set. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's his Mega, but we'll have to see. I'm definitely not going to stay in because he could go straight for a Stone Edge and take me out. So I bring in my trusty Ray-Bans, and that's going to get an Intimidate off, which is going to help a hella lot. And he's actually going to go for a Stealth Rock. So that tells me that he's more of a support Tyranitar. So interesting. He's I don't have a Rapid Spinner, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. I'm not going to be able to spin those away. So now he brings out his Bunker, his Swampert, and of course I'm going to get my Stealth Rocks up because he does have a couple of Pokemon that are weak to Stealth Rocks, so that's always good to have in the field. And I go straight for the knockoff because this Swampert, is an incredibly strong physical wall. If you don't have a Grass type to deal with it, it is so difficult to take down. So I'm happy at least I managed to knock off its leftovers, and he poisons me. I mean, I'm not too phased. I mean, this is my physical wall, so that does suck. So Ray-Ban's life has been severely reduced. So of course now I'm going to switch in my Roserade because I can pretty much take any of his attacks besides an Earthquake. And he decides to go for a Roar. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe he just wants to roar out all of my Pokemon and rack up those Stealth Rocks damage. And unfortunately for me, he brings in my Noivern, and that really does suck because, you know, it's my flying Pokemon and there are limited switch-ins for my flying types because of the Stealth Rock. So I just go straight for Draco Meter. Whatever's coming in is going to be hit for maximum damage. And he does bring in his Tyranitar again. This thing gets the Sand Up, and it's going to be so annoying because I'm going to be taking unnecessary residual damage from the Storm. And I go straight for the Draco Meter. It does a reasonable amount. I about like 30 to 40%. It's not going to be enough for me to take out with another Draco Meter because that does suck. So I'm going to switch out. And what really sucks now is that he goes for a Pursuit, and I'm like, shit. Well, shit. That's just so unfortunate. And the worst thing is that, you know, I have a Tyranitar, so I knew he was gonna go for a Pursuit. You know, I have that move. And I mean, oh gosh, now what? You know, I'm gonna have to bring in Noivern again. And he's gonna die from Stealth Rocks damage, so that's just crappy. So I bring in Ray-Bans again because I do have the Earthquake, which can take out his damn Tyranitar. So at least I get the Intimidate off. It's gonna render him pretty useless, but I guess he is more of a support type, so that's not gonna make much of a difference. So Earthquake, I'm gonna outspeed. I'm gonna take out this damn Tyranitar, and that's excellent. Finally, one less Pokemon to deal with. So now, I'm looking good, getting my leftovers, and he's gonna bring in his. Who is he gonna bring in now? I'm getting the toxic damage, is not looking too good, and now he brings in his Scyther. Yes, I kind of thought that maybe he's gonna go for a U-turn, and unfortunately for him, that Stealth Rocks damage he's 4 times weak to that. So great use for me. And I just bring in my Noivern again just to kind of scout what he's going to go for. And of course I just lose my Noivern. I mean, I really didn't know what kind of set he was running the Scyther. But he does go for the U-turn, so that's great. I know he's locked into that. And he's getting some Sandstorm damage there. And now I just go into my Conkeldurr because if he decides to go for a U-turn, I am going to resist it, which is pretty darn awesome. I'm going to be able to get a free hit on anything that comes in with maximum damage. So I kind of thought that, I don't know why I decided to go for an Ice Punch here. I think I just wanted to play it safe on whatever he switches into. I mean, the best thing to do would have been to go for the Drain Punch. Honestly, looking back, that would have been the best move for me. So he brings in his Swampert now, and I go for the Ice Punch. It doesn't do a lot of damage. Wow, it does hardly anything. But I mean, I don't have the guts activated, so once it activates, which is now, I'm gonna be able to smash this thing in the face with my 2 concrete slabs for a Drain Punch and get maximum damage. So he's kind of trying to stall me now, and thankfully he does not have the leftovers, so that's great news. And yeah, I'm just losing damage unnecessarily. So he goes to the Earthquake, and it's not able to take me out because Conkeldurr is bulky as hell, and I go straight for a Drain Punch. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but Conkeldurr's upper body is so damn like big and strong that he actually has to use 2 concrete slabs to support himself. So that's pretty cool. I only really noticed that, you know, recently once I started using Conkeldurr. Anyway, so Conkeldurr, it's been a good addition to my team. I'm really enjoying the Mach Punch and sorry, not Dynamic Punch, that's Machamp, the Drain Punch. So I mean, I did get a crit there with the Drain Punch, but that didn't matter anyway because I would have been able to clean up with the Mach Punch. So now he brings in his what is this thing called? His Piraforte. I don't know what this guy is, what kind of nationality he is, but anyway, maybe you guys might know. So I go straight for the Drain Punch because I know I'm not going to be able to take any of its hits, a Psychic or a Dazzling Gleam, and that does take me out. At least I'm able to get some damage off on it with the with the Mach Punch, so that's okay. And he does have guts activated, so if he does get inflicted with a status, okay, no, it won't actually affect him because it increases the attack, not special attack. So that's alright. And my Excadrill is Choice Scarfed, so I'm not sure if he knew that or not, but maybe he just wanted to scout and see what I'm going to go to, because he does bring in his Scyther. And I just play it safe and go straight for an Earthquake. I mean, that's not really safe because the Scyther would have been able to have dodged it. And now he does bring in his Air France. Okay, this guy must be a French guy. That makes so much sense. And now he brings in his Swellow. So I have to switch out now. And Swellow, once it has Guts activated, is pretty badass. It's pretty strong. So I'm going to bring in my Ray-Bans again. And he's going to get the Intimidate off, which is going to help a hell of a lot. It's going to bring down its attack. And with the Flame Mob kicking in, it kind of brings his attack back to neutral, if I'm not mistaken. So that's alright. He goes to the Protect, so I got a free switch in there, so that's great. And I guess he didn't think my Excadrill was Scarfed, or Choice for that matter. And yeah, now I just go for the knockoff, and he does go for the Protect again just to see what I'm gonna do, I guess. But he's just kind of, I guess, stalled himself out and stalled me out. He's not making much progress, to be honest, and that's just doing me a favor, because when I do go for the knockoff and land, it's gonna do a lot of damage. And now, yeah, that toxic damage is racking up. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to take a hit, because when it hits with the Facade, it's pretty damn powerful. So he does go for the Facade immediately, and sure, it does a decent amount, but thankfully I got the Intimidate off, otherwise it would have definitely taken me out. So knockoff is able to take him out. I'm gonna knock off that damn Flame Orb, so that's cool. And Crocodile, Ray-Bans, you putting in the work, man. You are the real MVP this game. Although you are poisoned, it's not looking too good, but doing some good work here, buddy. So now he brings in his King of Death, which is his Nidoking. And I've never seen Nidoking being used that much in the game, to be honest, so it's pretty cool seeing a Nidoking in play. So he goes to the Earth Power. I'm not going to switch out and save my Ray-Bans. He's done his work. And of course now I've lost, there's no way they're going to survive an Earth Power. So I just bring in my Vivillon, and I was expecting it to be choiced, which it is, so he has to withdraw. So that Stealth Rock's damage is not looking too good for me. And whatever he brings in now, I'm going to go straight for a Sleep Powder. And I'm really loving the Sleep Powder in Vivillon, especially with the Compound Eyes. So he gets the Compound Eyes with a Trace, so that's pretty scary, because if he's carrying like a Focus Blast, he could pretty much hit me with a Focus Blast with full 100% accuracy. Well, it won't be 100%, but 90%, which is pretty close to 100%. And I mean, now he's going to switch out anyway. I guess he just wanted to have one of his Pokemon sleeping, so I can't make something else sleep, because now the Sleep Clause is activated. And I'm just going to go straight for a Quiverdaunce, because that is what Vivillon does best. Awesome, awesome. Vivillon is amazing. I don't know which other Quiverdances there are. I need to actually look into that. They have a team full of just Quiverdances and Swords Dancers. That would be so awesome. So his special defense drops, and I mean, it didn't do too much damage to the Bug Buzz. I don't know why I went for that. I should have went for a Hurricane, but I was fearing that I would miss. And I just really wanted to get some damage on this thing so I could actually come and clean up with my Excadrill. So I bring in Excadrill now. Things are looking pretty good. I'm feeling pretty confident now. I'm sure this game is mine, unless something horribly goes wrong. So I go straight for the Earthquake. It is going to be super effective, and there's no way that it is going to survive that. So I mean, even with the crit did not matter. So this guy is the king of death because he has died. So now he brings in his Pere Forter. I hope I'm saying that right. Oh, you guys must be laughing at me. And he does trace me. He does break the mold on me. And I'm going to be able to take him out with the A Earthquake. So he does decide to quit. I guess he was a bit upset with the outcome of that match. But anyway guys, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And also share the video and help the channel grow. Spread the love. Get your friends joined in. And I will catch you all in the next video. Cheers guys. Have a good evening.